Hey guys, it's Mark here again, and in this video we are going to look at what is the next big thing in the world of online marketing. What is going to make it in 2023? And is 2023 the biggest revolution in the world of marketing worldwide since the dawn of the internet? Well, let's go and consider some of the facts here. Right now, a lot of things have changed. I think many of you may have heard about ChatGPT, for instance, and that's just one example. In fact, I'll give you an example of it on screen, because if you haven't seen it, then it's kind of important, but it's not the main focus of this particular video. But disruptive technology, that's when things really change. Like, for instance, we had YouTube come along at one point in time. It was very disruptive to the world of video and television and so forth. We've had Uber come along and be very, very disruptive when it comes to the world of taxis and paying to get from one place to another. Even Google, going back a bit further, was disruptive to the world of search engines, which had only been sort of a relatively new industry, but they really took things to a whole nother level. And Wikipedia has been disruptive to Encyclopedia Britannica. You'd say that the internet has been disruptive to a lot of brick and mortar businesses in the past, you know, with drop shipping, Amazon.com and other things. And now we have AI is really making massive strides. Okay, ChatGPT, it's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, I saw a bunch of people posting and talking about ChatGPT, and I looked at it and I thought, yeah, okay, well, I've been using this stuff for about a year, and I didn't quite get it until I realized, oh, wait a minute, ChatGPT's free, and I've been using the API behind ChatGPT. So what I'm using is slightly different, and it is actually better, but I'll explain it to you in a moment. But ChatGPT, still, it's free. You can go to chat.openai.com/chat, and watch this. I could say, please write me a short story about a bear who finally gets to become an astronaut and, astronaut and fly to space. Heck, even if I spell it wrong, it won't matter. I definitely spelled that wrong. And watch this. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a bear named Bert, who had always dreamed of becoming an astronaut. Bert lived in a cozy den in the forest, surrounded by trees and wildlife, but he couldn't shake the feeling there was something more out there, waiting for him to discover. Every day, Bert would gaze up at the stars, wondering what it would be like to fly among them. He would spend hours studying rocket ships, space travel, determined to make his dream a reality. Finally, after years of hard work and perseverance, Bert's dream came true. He was selected to join a team of astronauts. And so the story goes on. And it is a very short story, because I asked for a short story. And it finishes rather abruptly, as we can see, as the ship soared through the blackness of space. Bert gazed out at the stars, and so forth. Okay, that's great. And it can actually go further, and it can create a longer story than this. I could just say, I could easily say, please delete the last paragraph. In fact, I won't do this, and tell me some more, like, or make the story longer. I could do things like that, and the chat will give me a longer story. I could go into a new chat and say, please write me an article outline for a YouTube video about 3 superfoods that help reduce blood sugar, you know, for diabetics. And please write this in the style of Dr. Oz. Press enter. In fact, it's an article outline, so it's not going to write the whole script, so saying in the style of Dr. Oz isn't really going to work so much for an outline, but it could work for an actual whole script. But here we go. It's giving an idea of what the introduction's going to be. Of course, you're not going to say, welcome to the Dr. Oz show. It was more the idea that the AI can start to think, to write in that first person style that he talks in. And that's more the reason I put that prompt in there. But look at this. It's giving us ideas for these superfoods, nuts and greens, so forth. But the thing also is it can get creative. If I asked for please give me a surprise superfood that is good for diabetics that most people would not have heard of, I could say that. Bitter melon. Bitter melon is also known as bitter gourd or Carelia. Carelia, it's a tropical fruit that is commonly used in Asian cuisine. It has a bitter taste, and so forth. And it's going to explain all of this. The thing is, though, you cannot take everything that AI gives you and expect it to be correct, because it is not, and it's not grabbing stuff from the internet, but it is learned by visiting a whole lot of websites. And now, like a human, it draws on its knowledge and makes decisions about what it chooses to believe and what it doesn't. And as a result, if you don't know that topic very well and it says something wrong, you can get caught out. So it helps somebody who already knows a topic in order to avoid writer's block, in order to come up with a bunch of stuff. But you always got to do your own research. It's not something yet, and I'm saying yet, that's going to be replacing the person that writes the article, but it helps somebody to write fast content that is really good, well worded, and so forth. Okay, so we've looked at a little bit of AI here. Just a couple of quick examples. Let's go ahead and have a look at what about in the world of images. In fact, I'll go have a look at my own image art generator before I show you a free one that's out there. What if I was to type in something like, let's say I was making a YouTube video. Let's say we'll stick with the diabetes niche, and in that video there happened to be talking about maybe 3 ingredients that you're like a blending recipe, and you want to be able to show these ingredients in a blender, like let's say an apple. Let's say it's something out of left field that might not go with an apple normally, like broccoli. And lemons in a blender with on a table. Okay, let's say I couldn't find that as a stock image, but I need that image. I'll make it a photograph so it looks real. Okay, and we could put that in our video, this photograph, and make it sort of pan across the photo or something like that. I'm going to generate 3 images. This is using my own AI. This isn't even like available to the general public yet. I'm just showing you what's coming in the world of AI. I want to show you where things are going in 2023. Okay. And you may not always get exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes it does dumb things like puts the broccoli on top of the blender and stuff, and maybe I want to get this blending as well. So in a blender, blending. So I hope it doesn't blend them together into one fruit, but sometimes I have to hit send a few times, or hit submit, a few times in order to get that image I want. I'll just see if it oh yeah, it's starting to blend them there, but it's not quite right. I might say zoomed out to show the full blender. DSLR. Good lighting. You know, that one's close enough to what I want, but let's give it some more. Let's give it just a little more time and see what we can do. Let's have a look. There we go. I mean, that's closer. It's got your apples there. You can see the broccoli in there. Oh, there we go. That's kind of what you'd be wanting. There. You've got your apple, broccoli, lemon. You sort of see it in the blender. That's it. Done. You want to zoom in and see what does it look like. It looks pretty photographic, doesn't it? That's all you need. done. And now you get on to the next part of your video. If you needed that in the background, you just couldn't find it. You don't have to go do it yourself anymore. You just type in what you were looking for. I mean, even my kids were having fun with this the other day. They were typing in stuff like, "Oh, what if we were to make a superhero that was kind of like a grasshopper crossed with Iron Man?" So they wrote something like this: a kid holding a toy that is a grasshopper. A grasshopper superhero toy. I'll do that without even saying cross with Iron Man. I'll see what it looks like. Okay, just for giggles. Let's see what's it going to produce. Well, there you go. Look at that. The AI has just thought of this. This does not exist, remember. This does not exist. A grasshopper Iron Man superhero toy. Now see what it does. And anyway, this is getting somewhere soon. I'm just trying to illustrate how far tech has come, in case you're not aware how far it's come. Look at that. I mean, this is getting pretty much along the line. I mean, that's pretty amazing that it could think of this stuff. And that's if it can do cartoons as well. This is making it look like a photograph. Look at that. I mean, that's amazing. That's pretty amazing. What it can do. And where we are heading this year, 2023, is going to be game changing, not necessarily in terms of what we're doing here. I'm going to do a different image, but this is going somewhere. Okay. So I'm just going to generate one more image. I'm just going to show you like it can do like a cartoon, like Mechanical Dawn, Technology City, say Mechanical Transformer, Epic Fantasy Art, Super highly detailed studio lighting. I could write backlighting. I'll leave that out. Illustration. Okay. Click submit. Let's see what it comes up with. I could have written it differently instead of illustration. Let's see what it comes up with though. Still looking pretty good considering it's just invented this. And I could hit submit more times. And I mean, that's already, look at that robot there. I mean, obviously I could zoom in on this, but I won't. I'll just carry on in the interest of time. But I'll change illustration. This time I'm just going to type Pixar cartoon, just so it's sort of thinking along that kind of style in this particular case. So let's have a look. What does it do this time? And lo and behold, well, that looks better for what we're trying to do. If you were trying to come up with some concept ideas, if you're a studio or something, I mean, that's amazing. That's pretty good. I'll hit submit again just to see what else it can spit out. And you might be thinking, oh, I want to play around with stuff like that. Well, like my tools that we have developing in-house are not currently available for the public. I'm not saying they won't be, but they're not currently available just yet for the general public. I'm still working on a few things behind the scenes, but there are free tools out there that are pretty similar, to be honest. They might have limitations in terms of how they go about accessing the API in the background. Because it's free, they're going to try to spend less money, of course, when you're using it, whereas I'm not so worried about what I spend because it's my own. I'm getting it at the cost price being straight into the API. But let's go have a look. Like you could go to Night Cafe and you could type in something like here, You could type in a portrait of a 35-year-old woman holding a red rubber band. I'm just making something up entirely and just see what it comes up with. You could do something a lot better than this. So anyway, it's creating its thing. It's made a red ball. It hasn't been. It's not an ideal image. But there are creations in there that already exist as well. And you can go through and explore those and perhaps get some better ideas for the things that can be created inside this particular tool if you wanted to have a play around. Okay, so you're probably still wondering like how is this even monetizable and so forth. Let's chat about that in a second. I will say there's a lot more though. Look at this. This isn't even out yet. This is Google showing what they have made, but it's not quite ready yet, where you'll be able to type in stuff and get an AI generated video. And that's probably coming this year. Like here, a swarm of bees flying around their hive, and that is what the AI generated as a video. Look at that. Or here, sprouts in the shape of text, image and video coming out of a fairy tale book. And look, isn't that incredible? Or look at that, the bird's eye view of a highway in Los Angeles, or a colorful professional animated logo, blah, blah, blah. I mean, oh yeah, so that's an animated logo. You've got campfire at night in a snowy forest with a starry night in the background, and that's video. It's not even just, we're not even just looking at images now. So that's coming. I do believe this year is going to be disruptive for a lot of industries, and there is a big key though, if you're going to do well at all of this stuff, is that you need to, one, you still need a way of monetizing it. So you either need to use the AI in order to create something that people want to buy. So that could be some sort of tools using the AI, that kind of thing. Or it could be that you use it in order to write and produce content faster. I'm not saying you would use the content and just sell it as is. I'm just saying that you can speed up your whole process using this. You could create better content faster, make more upsells and so forth using AI. And for sure, it can help you create your desirable offer. But the other side of things is there's already a lot of great offers out there that pay really, really decent amounts of commissions. Right now, my friend Aidan, as I've spoken about in the previous 2 videos to this, he's making over $10,000 per day right now in affiliate commissions promoting products that pay you whether or not a sale is made. So someone could make an inquiry, say about solar panels, and you could already earn a commission on everybody that makes an inquiry about solar panels. You get paid for the lead. So great, you've got your desirable thing. So AI, though, can be used in a number of ways in order to increase your chances of doing well. And that's what I'm going to focus on sharing with you guys this whole year, really, because there's a lot of stuff I'm building, but also at the same time, there's a lot of tools out there that are worth showing you that I'm testing and using. Some are good, some are bad, and some are better than others when there's a lot of tools that do the same thing. I haven't even delved into audio as well. Definitely able to use that, not just for generating artificial voice, but also music and other things is quite something. But AI. So AI can be utilized to do the 3 main things that cause you to make a lot of money online. The 3 main things are always, no matter what shiny objects you see out there, they are leads, which is your traffic, so visitors to the offer, right? Visitors or traffic or leads, whatever you want to call it. Conversion rates, so that is the percentage of people that either buy that particular offer or at least turn into some sort of monetary value for you. And in the case of, say, what my friend Aidan's doing, you don't even have to make the sale. You just have to get people to fill out the forms so that you get paid for the lead. Okay, so that's your conversion rates, though. Can AI help in that regard? I think it can. And by the way, I've been testing my friend's method, already making over $1,000 a week, and I've only been testing it since, well, in the last couple of months. So that's a pretty good start for that method. And I'm looking forward to also bringing in a bit of other ideas to the table now that I am utilizing his methods, and I want to add my own flavor to it and take things a little further and perhaps help some of you guys if you're keen, if you do happen to want to follow his system as well. Maybe you might be interested in seeing how I'm using AI to take things to a whole new level as well. So anyway, traffic, conversions, and increase the average dollars per customer. Aidan's got many, many ways to increase the average dollars per customer, and I already showed you one of them in the previous video. But there are many others. When it comes to AI, one of the best things to use it for is generating more traffic. So imagine this. Imagine if, just as an example, imagine if one of the things that you can do is you can earn commissions for everybody that claims a free, let's say it's a free blood sugar monitor, for instance. So diabetics that claim a free blood sugar monitor. So you could theoretically go ahead and use AI to generate a whole lot of scripts for little 30-second TikTok videos. You could then use AI to generate the videos, because there is software out there. I know I showed you the Google one, but there's other software out there that generates the videos based on the script. You could have a new TikTok video out there every day, and TikTok gives you the traffic, and then you link off your link in bio in TikTok straight to the offer. That is one example. And I've got a lot of different ways. I'm already using AI successfully right now in my own business. I'm looking forward to combining it to enhance what is going on with the stuff that Aidan's going to teach you. So I'm going to get him on board. We're going to run a workshop. He's going to share step by step his whole strategy. He's making, like I said, over $10,000 a day with this stuff, and he's going to show exactly how he goes about it. But also, if you do decide to join his particular program, which will be available in the middle of the month, it's not available yet, I will also be adding more to it by sharing a whole lot of stuff, including software and more, that's going to help you take this whole thing to another level in 2023. And I think that AI, in the way that, at least that I'm doing it, and in the way that some other people out there are implementing it, I think that it is going to be a massive game changer in 2023. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people sort of stuck in the dark ages that don't jump over there quick enough to make proper use of it. And if you do make use of it, that's your path in to be able to get ahead of some people that maybe right now are further ahead of you, but maybe they won't be if they don't embrace it. So anyway, that's it for this particular video. I know it was a long one, but I wanted to just share with you a little bit of that stuff. And again, register for the workshop as soon as that link is available. It might not be available just yet at the time of watching. And take action with what you learn. I can't wait to hear about what your thoughts are about all of this. What do you think's the next big thing to come in 2023? Okay, that's it from me for this video. I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everybody.